Here is a buck saw that I made a couple months ago. I based the saw off a 24-inch saw blade, which for me is an ideal size. I wanted the saw to be able to fold up on itself to protect the blade, and yet be fairly lightweight, yet strong enough to last me a lifetime. I finished the wood with a coat of linseed oil and then put on some bolts, washers, and thumb screws to finish it up. It feels really sturdy and strong when it's assembled. You can really tighten up the blade so that there's almost no flex when you're sawing. It really works well. I used a piece of oak to make my saw, and I used a friend's table saw to cut out the long grooves that the blade fits into. I had a terrible time trying to adjust the fence on the saw to cut the groove perfectly down the middle, but I ended up getting as close as possible, made my cut, and then turned the board end for end and ran the board back through the saw to even it out. I cut the cross member to length very carefully, taking off a little, trying it out, and then taking off a hair more just to make the fit perfect. At first I had a little trouble with the cross member staying in place. It seemed like the vibration of the sawing would cause it to slide out of its groove, so I put a few screws in each end and then drilled a couple of pockets for the heads of the screws to sit in, and that took care of the problem really well.